Um, this is just like the Drake video. This is a thing that I also was holding deep in my head, and I want to just express it now because it's been in my head for a long time, and I feel like it's the perfect time with the eyes on me. I just want people to hear this. I think Uzi. I don't know what's going on with Lil Uzi Vert. I've been an avid Uzi listener for like 7 years. 7 years since late 2017, 2018. It was definitely 2019 where I started really listening to him heavily and started to understand him as an artist and a rapper. And looking at him now, from then to how he is now, is like the most unfortunate fall from grace I've ever seen from a rapper who pretty much had it like all the attention, the fan base, the hits, the albums. There's a lot of things I gotta say about Uzi right now. There's a lot of things I gotta talk about because, like I said, it's been on my mind for a while. But like, he dropped Eternal Take Two, and no one knew this was coming. No one knew. I mean, he did mention it in an interview he had when he was on the street, but people thought he was like on the whippets. People thought he was high. Like, we didn't actually think he's gonna drop Eternal Take Two. Who the hell wants an Eternal Take Two? No, we want Love Is Rage Free. But no, he was not playing. It was serious. The whippets weren't just fucking up his brain. He actually was going to drop an Eternal Take Two, but we never knew it. Everybody was too busy paying the Tyler, the Creator's album Chromacopia. I was too. It's like, and then he didn't have the nerve to drop it 2 weeks after Tyler, the Creator's album, like the hype is over for him. And people just going to gravitate to Uzi. Bruh, you haven't popped out in 2 years. You haven't popped out in 4 years. 2 years since like Pink Tape, and before that you didn't even pop out for 2 more years. You dropped that one little EP, Pink and White, and you didn't promote it or nothing. It didn't get no attention. The numbers on there is atrocious. I mean, it's going up a little bit more now, but it's like that out. There was no hits, and then he want to drop Pink Tape. No one even know what Pink Tape is. I don't even know what Pink Tape is. Like, what does Pink Tape even mean? We got what Eternal Take was about. But when it came to Pink Tape, it was just like, at first it was a CD. It was going to be one song, CD My Wrist. Then it was going to be a SoundCloud exclusive mixtape. Then it was just going to be a mixtape. Going back to the old Uzi vibes, he was going to bring that engineer back. And the girl that says, like in the beginning, Uzi, wake up. Like, Uzi, wake your ass up or something like that. And he was going to have Don Cannon come back. He was going to have the original engineers for his previous projects. And then that was gone. And he didn't drop that. And then there was a video of him when people was trying to ask him for the album. And he was talking about how he didn't want to drop it. No, he's not. Like, when it was going to release. And he said, I'm not dropping it yet. I got to make sure it's perfect before y'all call it trash. I don't want y'all to call it trash or anything like that. I got to make this perfect. And it's like, it's really sad because Uzi back in the day, he didn't give a damn. He didn't care. Like, literally, he has a song called Now I Do What I Want. Like, he don't care. He didn't care back then. That's what made him big. That's what made him this big, like, get his fan base. He just did whatever he wanted. He wore whatever he wanted. He said whatever he wanted. He dressed how he wanted. You know, he didn't actually care. And now I think he cares way too much ever since the Eternal Take reception, because it wasn't the leaks. It wasn't what people anticipated. Same thing with the whole Outta Red thing. And from there, he kind of took a step down, especially after COVID. But, I mean, you couldn't really do nothing about that. But he could do something about 2022 when he was going to go back to, like, this Uzi grind, the classic Uzi. And yeah, he proved you all these songs. He dyed his hair purple. He talking about he took the piercings out of his face. He talking about he was previewing, like, sequels to songs. It was like he was trying to get the attention of the old fans who wanted his old music back. But then he never even done that. He made one song, Corvette. He had the one damn song, and he vanished. He previewed Pluto to Mars. He previewed that one song, Cold Life, even though it was from 2015. And then he vanished. He didn't even pop out. He was gone for 2 years, and then he let Cardi take his place. And Cardi, he's more, I don't care, I'm a rock star than Uzi was. Remember when Uzi was running around talking about he was a rock star? He ain't a rapper. He don't do rapper shit. He's a rock star. He's a rock star. He's a rock star. He's a rock star. If you're a rock star, then you're not supposed to be afraid. You're not supposed to just fold because your audience says they don't like your music, or they said your songs are mid, and immediately try to oppress them by like giving them what they want against your own wills. Tyler, the Creator, said it himself. Don't ever go back. You got to move forward, because going back is like the worst thing you could do as an artist, because it just shows that you don't really have artistic evolution. You're not about your artistry. You're just about Anyway, let's get back to focus. Give me a second. I have no idea what he was thinking dropping that project out of nowhere. I don't think it was prepared like that. I mean, he did have a cool rollout with the whole Eternal Take keyhole symbol on all the covers of his previous projects, and on his profile pictures, and I reactivated his Instagram, and he dropped that. But it was like he was dropping. Did he not pay attention to what Tyler, the Creator, was doing, or what was popping off? The numbers on those videos, and how much people was eyeballing it. Did he not pay attention to that? That was like the worst drop of all time. You was not going to get a #1 album against Tyler, the Creator with Chromacopia. Your hype was not as big. You was gone for so long. Cardi took your place. Everybody forgot. Cardi became more relevant, just as more relevant, without an EXO tour life, without major hits, just off his mysteriousness alone. And the anticipation is more than what you had. You vanished. Nobody even knew you was coming back. You said, I didn't even think he was coming back for like 3 years. 3 to 4 years. And by then I was gonna be like, yo, it's time to hang it up, bruh. It's gonna be over for you, bruh. And he had the nerve to drop it right there, and right out of nowhere, with no one really cared. No one wanted an Eternal Take 2. Whose idea was it? This is the example. I don't know if he was trying to do it for the fans, or was he doing it because he felt like this was his project that he was going to actually pull off. I mean, the aesthetics, the imagery, the cover, it's all cool. I did like the rollout, but it's like, what was he actually doing this for? He's spiraling right now, I'm telling you. I don't know where he goes next. I heard people on Twitter talking about he dropped the album to pretty much trick like Atlantic Records and Generation Now. And I guess that could be valid, but really, I see it more as just them coping, because they don't want to admit to the fact that he just dropped this album that was pretty mid. Not mid, just like basic, like shrug your shoulders. So they just made this whole entire excuse up, this narrative. And that's the one thing I have a problem with too, that I'm going to discuss later in another video, about narratives being pushed and people going for it because everybody got like a sheep mindset and no one really thinks for themselves. So they pushing this narrative about how he made the album, it was intentionally garbage, and like it was dropped terrible rollout just to get like screw over Atlantic Records and Generation Now. And I guess you could believe that to make yourselves comfortable, but I just believe he just fought. I don't know what he thought he was. I guess he thought the Whippets hit him hard. I guess he thought he was in 2017, 2018 again. It's like, nah, bruh. It's a long way from that. It's a long way from that. What Uzi was through 2016 to 2018 is what Cardi is now from 2021 to 2024 right now. Like, everything Uzi once represented is now, that's Cardi's thing now. Cardi was always the real rock star. He didn't need to say he was a rock star. He proved it through his actions. He didn't need to proclaim he was rock. He did what he wanted. and he didn't follow no rules, and he was a rock star. He literally just proved it by him being mysterious, dropping when he want to drop, people needing him more, him taking the risk, him going the extra mile, him being the experimental one, not afraid to experiment, while every other trap rapper pretty much stays stagnant and the same, which is why they fall off. But really, is they only fall off because they don't have Cardi's obsessive cult-like fan base, and that comes from him being mysterious and him pretty much doing this every time, and the process keeps repeating itself. It works so well that even people that you would never expect, even YouTube channels, music channels that you would never expect to fuck with him, like they want an album from him. They're fans now. They're anticipating his music, and he don't even do all he gets carried by his production, his aesthetics, his imagery, and the mysteriousness. Him as an artist isn't really nothing. The only reason why he's as popular is because he's the only rapper to really do what he's doing. He's the only rapper to go as far as he does. And now you got the haters. I remember watching these dudes. They didn't even fuck with Cardi. It was like, this dude mid. He don't even rap. He just repeats words and the beats carry him. And now they're talking about he's their favorite rapper now. That's their favorite rapper now. And he's actually rapping. Whoa, as if Cardi never rapped before. They don't know about like the 2015, 2016 era. But it's really sad because Cardi literally took Uzi's place. And Uzi is so afraid. He's so afraid to do it. He's not like taking risk anymore. He's just like, I'm scared to try. I'm wanting to impress my fan base so much. He let his fan base control him. That's the one thing you never let happen. You don't let your fan base control you and run you, because that risk you devolving. Yeet did the same thing. Yeet dropped that Afterlife album because his fans wanted old 20. It's like, dude, just don't move forward. Cardi was going to drop a deluxe, but he waited a little bit. He held back. And soon, when the concerts started opening back up, people started going outside more again. That's when the album aged well for them. For me, it's still pretty But that's when people started really fucking with it. Now people consider it like a classic. Like a classic to them, album of the year or whatever. That's cool. But it's like, you let Cardi take your place while you're just sitting here, you're hiding, you're ashamed. Then you pop back out with a project no one was asking for, no one needed, you didn't need to make. You just could have just done Love Is Rage Free. What happened to Forever Young? What happened to that? Remember that? Remember when he said Forever Young was going to be the next album he dropped? Remember that? Remember he was tweeting about that? No, I know you don't, because it's been forgotten. It's been left in the dust. Pink Tape just came out of nowhere, just like Eternal Take 2. It came straight out of nowhere. No one was expecting to be a tape, but people was anticipating it, just like Eternal Take, the old Eternal Take. But the difference was that I feel like people I understood that what he was trying to do was create the Eternal Take hype. Just like it's like the Eternal Take lore, it was legendary. The Eternal Take era was like a legendary moment for Uzi fans. Even if he barely got to drop anything, he did drop songs, but it was just Lucy's random raps, like Dip Remix and Free Uzi and Sanguine Paradise, and That's a Rack. And then Futsal Shuffle. Yeah, that was an iconic era. But now things are different. And he needs to stop. He needs to go back to what he was doing before. First of all, he needs a hit. He needs to come back with a hit. A top 10 single, a top 5 single, whatever. He needs to come back with a hit. For one, I don't like saying this to rappers because I feel like evolution is important, but he needs to go back to his old producers. Like, fuck Brandon Finessing. Go back to Molly Raw. Go back to TM88. Go back to Don Cannon. Go with Metro Boomin. Do a Metro Boomin. He could have done a Metro Boomin project. Him and Metro worked before. They have song credits on Uzi versus the World, Love Is Rage 2, Perfect Love Tape. Let's go back, like, go back and make a collab album with Metro Boomin. I don't know why he didn't do that instead. But he needs a hit. He needs to come back with a hit. He can't do what Cardi does with the mysterious thing. That's Cardi's brand. That's Cardi's signature. That's a part of him as a persona. He doesn't have a persona. That's his persona. He doesn't even have one. You were someone who's consistently dropping. When you give a perception of yourself to your fan base, that's when they run with that perception, and that's how they expect you to be, like, all the time. Yeet, for example, again, using Yeet again as an example. Yeet was consistently dropping project after project, song after song, consistently. And each time he dropped, the numbers was going crazy. And the fans ate it up. He got more fans. He gained more of an audience. His name got bigger. His style, the turban, his language, the words he used, the way he rapped, his vocal deliveries, everything got pushed out there. And now it was iconic. Then he decides, okay, I'm gonna do a whole lot of red thing, and instead of I'm gonna expect the unexpected. He drops 2093, and I fucked with the project because even if it wasn't, it was still Yeet, even with the different production, different genre that he incorporated. It still was. You could still recognize it as a Yeet song. No one else sounded like that. No one else sounds like Yeet. No one does. But people didn't rock with it because they expected him to carry a similar sound because that's what he delivered for 3+ years, 2 years. He had a one signature style, and that's what people carried on. So now, when he dropped an entirely different project to express his artistry, when he's doing something that actually is like what you're supposed to do as an artist, his fans didn't care for it. And now he, instead of just holding that and just going with it and be like, hey, whatever, if you don't like it, you can go. If you fan, you could be a fan of it or not. If you don't like it, you can go. It's whatever. He went immediately back. He dressed up in the turban. He got back with Summers. He did all this unnecessary stuff. And sure, the album sold 100K. But look at the views, bro. The music videos for Yeet songs do not look good at all. Like, haven't even crossed 2 million views yet. Like, the numbers aren't good. And maybe this has to do with the fact that he blew up mostly through TikTok. Sure, he has a fan base, but, like, his biggest songs were through TikTok. Like, his most popular viral songs came from TikTok. And so, yeah, the numbers on the music videos are not looking good. It's not like how you expected Yeet's numbers to look like it was 3 years ago. It's crazy now. And I don't know what he's going to do next. I don't know what he needs to do next. But that's where I'm going with Uzi. I don't know what he's going to do next. But one thing he does need to do is get his shit together. He needs to stop being afraid. He needs to stop caring what fans think, what people think. Stop reading comments. When someone says it's mid or trash, that's just their opinion, or they're just being trolls. Just ignore it and go whatever your gut. Stop previewing snippets. Stop doing that. If he previewed snippets before this, that album would have never dropped. Eternal Take Two. It would took another 2 years for him to drop that. And if I did, it's like, I'm done, bro. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna keep doing this. I even kind of like, whatever, bro. Just retire. Drop Love Is Rage Free. I'm scared for Love Is Rage Free. What that's gonna be like. How long is that going to take to drop? How is that going to roll out? How is he going to, like, push this forward? Because if he keeps letting his fans dictate him, he's going to be stagnant forever. And he's going to be 30. I'm just saying. That's all I got for now. Just wanted to air that out. This video is already long enough. I didn't want this video to be that long, but whatever. Make sure to subscribe and like, comment. Teen Amazing Squad out. Uzi, get it together. You looking sad, man. It's looking sad, bro. Like, seriously.